Hello and welcome to this week's tarot reading for all water signs. I hope this finds you well. I trust you'll use your own intuition as your primary instrument of resonance, leave behind what does not reverberate. Tarot does not tell the future. The only thing that determines your future is how you react, reflect and respond to the messages herein. This week I find myself traveling, so I've only bought one tarot deck with me, and it is the Pagan Other Worlds deck. And because of the minimal amount of cards that I have with me, I just thought I would do a one card reading for this week, which is not something that I usually do. But there is a lot that comes out of just one singular card. So this week you have the Chariot card, which is the Moon or Cancer. So this is really in line with the water signs here. And on this card we have what looks to me like a kind of a Poseidon looking man, just in his stature here, and he has a wreath of flower or leaves on his head with a singular star in the middle, and then he has a blue fabric draped around him, but he is completely bare on top. He's riding a chariot, and the chariot is pulled by two goats, one black, one white, and then in the background you have the castle, and he's holding this scepter. And the scepter is really the first thing that I noticed. It's not anything too spectacular, it's actually quite plain, but it has a loop at the top, and it just kind of reminds me of a needle and thread, and the patience that is needed to be able to thread the thread through the needle, the eye of the needle. And with practice, you can. I remember my grandmother being able to do it and not even really looking at the eye of the needle when she would do that. And of course, sewing is coming up for me, not just because of that, but also because he's bare on top. He has no clothes on his upper half, and clothes are a kind of a protection, an armor. And of course, thinking about Cancer and being the crab and stuff, they have the hard outer shell or the hard armor, and then the delicious crab meat on the inside. The soft flesh on the inside that's protected. And to go into battle with no protection or no armor is very bold. But yeah, this card is interesting because, I said he kind of looks like a Poseidon type of character. And then when I think about the goats that are pulling his chariot, Capricorn, the goat of Capricorn is actually a water goat, a water animal, a very ancient sort of character. And of course, Capricorn is across from Cancer as well. So there's like that, the determination and the diligence and the structure that is needed for a general or an officer or a captain of war. And that quality is definitely seen, I think, in Cancer as well, but in a different way. It's just interesting to contemplate the zodiacs that are opposite each other and why they're opposite each other. The earthliness of the goats here, and then the water of the man and the chariot, and of course the star that's on his head, the starry night sky, that is seen on a traditional Rider-Waite deck, but he's really moving away from the castle, so he's on the attack. He's looking to meet his foe or meet his enemy outside of his own boundaries or outside of his own castle, and doing that creates some distance. And if you're coming into a conflict or a confrontation with someone, sometimes it's good to go somewhere that's not common ground, or not somewhere that you go all the time, because if things don't really work out and you've gone to a place that you rather enjoy, well then now this negative experience is kind of imprinted on that space. So just getting some distance away from like your most prized or favorite place, and just going somewhere a bit more neutral, or somewhere that you've seen but you've never really been to, but you know of it, and it's kind of known to you. It's not something completely unknown. You know the terrain, but it's not something that you associate heavily with, and just getting that different position. Yeah, I think that's all I'm really getting from this card. The Capricorn thing is just so striking. I haven't really made that connection before with this card. And the black and the white goat, the two pillars, which I suppose comes into that whole, it's easier to thread what is it, the Bible, it's easier to lead a camel through the eye of a needle than it is for man to go into the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, and then that guiding star on his head is just, it also lights the way. Kind of reminds me of the conversation we had in Spaces the other day about the anglerfish, and how they have that light on their head even at the depths. And I suppose that's what this is all about, because this is the pillar from Bina to Gabora, which is the abyss, and you need that light that comes from yourself, which is quite amazing, really. I mean, thinking about those anglerfish, they have those lights on their heads, but they have to produce that energy, and they have to have a means or a way to light that lamp on their head, which is quite amazing at those depths. So even in the darkest of times, one must remember to turn on the light, as Dumbledore so eloquently said. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for listening. Bye.